Hey everybody, Tom here. Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be different, and this video is going to be different because I want the channel to be different. And that's what this video is really all about, talking about my experience so far and really what I want, I guess, and where I am and where I see myself going and how that all blends together in this channel. I guess where I would start is what I really want is to work with people. I really enjoy working with people. Obviously, this channel has been more driven or focused on personal development, psychology, those types of things. And that's really what I do want to focus on. That's what I enjoy. And anything that I'm working on, I really look at it from that perspective. So to be able to share that, I really value that. I enjoy learning. I enjoy reading. I really appreciate having conversations with people that are knowledgeable in this area, or really just being able to learn lessons from people in general. I have been enjoying the videos that I've been making. However, I feel like I have been trying to make those videos from a position of knowing or a position of having some kind of authority. And at the end of the day, I don't really have any of that. I'm just a guy that enjoys something and wants to share about it and share what I'm learning. And I guess I don't know if I'll ever have that authority. I was reading Atomic Habits by James Clear, and he was kind of talking about how he got to the place where he wrote the book. He just started sharing his thoughts and what he was learning in different studies that he found on habits because he found habits so interesting. And then people started following his newsletter, people started reading his blog, and then he got invited to speak. He started getting invited to work for these companies. So it was never like he came out and said, I'm an authority on this. It just happened over time because he spent so much time working on that specific topic. And I think to have some kind of notoriety or an ability to be looked at a certain way, I wanted to come off as an authority when really I'm just, again, a guy that's trying to learn some things of how to make my life better, how to think about life better, how to pursue the life that I want to create for myself and adventure into the things that I find interesting. And so I felt like I had to come to that from a place of authority where I quite honestly don't feel like I'm ready yet. To a certain extent, I don't know that I'll ever be there. The minute I start thinking that I'm an authority, then I almost feel like I shut down my learning or desire to learn, and I have to look a certain way. I have to be right. I have to have the right answer. I really enjoy being more in a place of learning, of curiosity, of always being an equal with the people that are around me so that I can learn from them. And I want to keep that position, and I want to be able to sit in that seat forever and not be the guy that has to have the answer. Because if I have to have the answer, then I can't ask the questions, and that just shuts off my ability to learn. When it comes to life, I think that there are always lessons that we can learn. There's always an opportunity to get better. So the minute I think I'm the best, that's when all the people behind me start catching up and take over as well. As long as I keep working, as long as I stay humble and curious, then I can always grow, then I can always get better. And if I'm always getting better, that means there are more people that I can help along the way. There are more things that I can learn and just continue to improve. For a long time, I didn't really feel like I had an avenue that I wanted to create in or something to build. What I really enjoy is writing, sharing my thoughts, talking to the camera, making YouTube videos, figuring out ways to do this on a more regular basis and just share my thoughts and creativity and what I'm learning and all that I'm reading. That's what I really enjoy doing. That's what I want to do more of. But I felt like I had to prove myself in some way, almost like writing and YouTube and content creating wasn't a feasible way to show that I'm learning something. But in thinking about that more, YouTube is an excellent way to show development, to actually grow something. People turn YouTube channels into businesses all the time. And so I've changed my thinking a little bit in I can build a YouTube channel, I can share what I'm thinking, I can get better at the skill of YouTube, I can take everything that I'm learning in these books, watching other videos, talk to other people, and I can implement those into a YouTube channel to show growth, to share what I'm learning, to be able to package it in a way to show that I am not just reading books to read a book, but I'm actually reading something to develop myself, to become a better person, and to help create change. What I really want to do here is to share. I know a lot of other people read books and they share their insights, and those are valuable, and maybe I am just another one of those people, but at the same time, I'm a different person than all the other people doing that. I am a person that thinks a different way. I look at the world a different way. And I really enjoy sharing my perspective and also getting other people's perspective. One thing I really value about this opportunity is a way to interact with people directly. So when I share something that I'm working on or that I'm struggling with or that I'm curious about, that gives other people the opportunity to engage with that as well, to share their thoughts, to share their experiences, and it truly can turn into a back and forth. I am somebody that wants to be held accountable. I am somebody that wants to get feedback. So if I'm saying it wrong or I'm off or somebody has a differing perspective than mine, that gives me an opportunity to understand a new viewpoint, to be able to look at the world in a different way. If I am humble in my approach to this, then that always gives me the opportunity to hear a different perspective instead of presenting everything that I say as this is the way or more like advice. I don't necessarily want to be an advice giver because I'm living my life and you are living your life. And we can take the same concepts from a book or an idea or a video and we can put them into our own lives in completely different ways, or we can have different perspectives about them. And that's great. It doesn't have to be done one certain way. And that is a lesson that I have been learning over the past few months of there's millions of different ways to succeed. There are millions of different ways to execute on things, as long as we are all working towards being the best version of ourselves and also helping other people along the way to lift other people up so that they can be better and achieve more. Then I think that's great for everybody. So I don't really want to be an advice giver, a guru, be put on some pedestal, but I do want to help people. I want to learn, I want to gain new concepts, I want to figure things out, and I want to share those things so that other people might be able to make use of them as well. So I do want to work with people directly eventually, and I guess right now I just don't really know what that looks like. Again, going back to the example of James Clear, he wrote for years before he started getting public opportunities to speak and to write in different publications. I want that to happen 2 weeks ago. I don't have the foothold yet. I don't have the credibility. I don't have the trust of people. These YouTube videos hardly get any views, and that's totally okay right now because that's where I have to start. And I think I just get to be patient in this process of learning and getting better at the practice of YouTube and showing that practicing YouTube, making videos, and being on this platform on a consistent basis is my growth. It's a way to show that everything that I'm doing, everything that I'm reading and learning is getting implemented into this. And that means making more content, finding things that make me uncomfortable and talking about them, and being more honest and vulnerable on this channel, not talking about life or talking about what I'm reading like I know everything or I know exactly what's going on. And I think that's the big thing that I'm thinking about right now is the more effort that I put in, the more that I write, the more that I sit down and record videos, the more that I post videos, the better I will get, the more that I'll learn, and the faster that I will grow. I do want to grow this channel. I do want to grow myself. I do want to learn more, and I want to gain those lessons and be able to share them with other people. I want to look at this channel more as a documentation of the entire process than me trying to seem like I'm some kind of expert. The final thing I would say is I hope that you join me on the adventure.